ने फौरन कार्रवाई करके अक्यूज़ ਨੂੰ गिरफ्तार कर लिया है ਤੇ ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਵੈਪਨ ਵੀ ਰਿਕਵਰ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ ਹੈ। ਬਾਕੀ ਇਨਵੈਸਟੀਗੇਸ਼ਨ ਹਲੇ ਜਾਰੀ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਲਾਅ ਐਂਡ ਆਰਡਰ ਨੂੰ ਕੰਟਰੋਲ ਕਰ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ ਪੁਲਿਸ ਤੇ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਅਪੀਲ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਵੀ ਪੂਰੀ ਸ਼ਾਂਤੀ ਬਣਾਏ ਰੱਖਣ। ਅਸੀਂ ਕਾਨੂੰਨ ਮੁਤਾਬਕ ਜੋ ਵੀ ਦੋਸ਼ੀ ਹੈਗੇ ਆ ਸਾਰੇ ਤੇ ਕਾਰਵਾਈ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ।
But what can't be ruled out is Khalistani linked to the murder. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the assailants came in a car which has a sticker of Waris Punjab De, a Khalistani group. Sources tell us that Sudhir Suri was on the radar of the Khalistanis for a long time. Alleging that Punjab is headed back to the dark times, the opposition says Chief Minister Mann is busy on an election tour in Gujarat while killers are running freely in the state. From Moosewala murder now to the Suri murder in broad daylight, where is law and order in Punjab is the question many are asking.
You're watching the News Hour at 9. Debate number 2 on Times Now. Super Prime Time.
And joining me on the debate, along with Nalin Kohli and Ravi Srivastava, is Intekhab Farooqui, leader of the Shiv Sena. Farooqui Saab, I want to ask you, a murder in broad daylight in Amritsar, what does that really show? Moosewala ho, Khalistani ho, ya abhi bhi Khalistan ke links, and now the Shiv Sena leader being killed. What's going on in Punjab?
I don't understand how easy it is for someone to just enter in a place and just in a crowd and just start carry a gun and shoot someone. I mean, I don't see a law and order. I request the CM of Punjab, Mr. Bhagwant Mann, to please, look into this matter and take it seriously, because he was a party member of Shiv Sena, and also on the other hand, secondly, I would like to tell you that the place of worship has to be always under watch, security, and under protection. Also, we have come to know that there are broken pieces of the idols. I mean, I don't see law and order. The law and order has to take its charge, because this is very disturbing, unacceptable, and painful. So, the law and order has to take its charge. That is what we demand right now.
Ravi Srivastava ji, do you think Mr. Bhagwant Mann is spending more time, for elections and campaigning in Gujarat than he is in governing his own state? And with a cover of 12 cops to protect the Shiv Sena leader, Mr. Suri, and still assailants can actually shoot and run away. What does that talk about governance, law and order, and the police force of Punjab?
Everybody has a responsibility towards his party, including the Prime Minister of this country and the Chief Minister of Punjab. As far as Mr. Suri's case is concerned, what I have learnt is that he had some 5 cases of hate speech against him, though this is not a reason and this should not be, and no violence is acceptable. And where some pieces of idol were found outside in a dump bin, and such miscreants, such activities have happened in UP also, in MP also, to create a communal violence amongst the two groups. Here it was among the Sikh groups and a right-wing leader for that matter. I don't think that it's a case which reflects that the law and order has gone totally out of hand.
Okay.
The Moosewala murder happened in the month of May, last week of the month of May, and this is after 5 months or so. But that does not reflect on it, and he had a security of some 12 people. Despite that, it has happened. Now, I would like to question the BJP for that matter, where one of their assembly member in Delhi is an open sympathizer of Khalistan. Where one Mr. Simranjit Singh Mann, who won from Mansa as a parliament member, is an open sympathizer of of Khalistan.
Okay.
And what we have seen in Canada happening for Khalistan.
So no law and order problem in Punjab, Mr. Nalin Kohli, but Mr. Ravi Srivastava is asking you questions, and he says 5 महीने के बाद ही तो एक मर्डर हुआ है. How does it matter? It's just a crime story.
I didn't say it does not matter.
So,
does it matter?
So Navika ji, there are several disturbing issues with Punjab. Punjab is an extremely sensitive and important state, and we know it for several reasons. and it has been on the target and the radar of anti-national forces for several decades, and Punjab police worked hard, slogged hard to eliminate terrorism through the decades of the 80s and 90s. Now, today, let's look at what's happened in the short tenure that the Aam Aadmi Party has come in. A rocket launcher grenade, a grenade is launched in the middle of May. Mr. Moosawala's murder, his murderer runs away from police custody. Today, another political leader, which is very unfortunate from the Shiv Sena, has been murdered. Punjab police is capable of handling everything provided the political leadership gives a go-ahead. You have had a Khalistan, pro-Khalistan march in Punjab after several decades. How have they started rearing all their heads? It means they feel emboldened that this change of government will not let the police or the other investigative agencies step in. And therefore, rule of law and security is becoming a casualty. Mr. Ravi Srivastava's comments, I'm not even taking seriously because that is a typical Aam Aadmi Party sympathizers approach. What they will do is not talk about their governance, ask questions of others' governance. That is not the point because that will not bring back any answers for the man who has died, for his family members, his supporters and others.
Absolutely. And the question here, Ravi Srivastav, you know, it's easier to win elections than it is to govern and deliver to the citizens of the state. I want to ask you, Delhi, the way it's going with the pollution problems, the fact that Punjab has seen daylight murders of whether it was Moosewala, gangs operating, or today's murder of the Shiv Sena leader. Question here is, instead of passing the buck, when will governments, and whichever political party it is, when will governments actually start giving accountability? Or is accountability only once in 5 years phenomenon?
No, it should be every day. Accountability is there. Nobody can go scot-free. Even in this murder case, the one assailant has already been caught, and the rest also will be caught in a very short span of time. It's not that nothing is happening. I think Bhagwant Mann has got a tight grip on the law and order, but it is a nascent government. It's too early to make observations like this. 6 months hardly in the power, but he is working with full sincerity. And as far as your comments are concerned, it is very obvious because the whole country, the main ruling party is afraid that they are losing the space. In a span of 10 years, they got 10 Rajya Sabha MPs, 2 governments, 157 MLAs. This is phenomenal. Why it is happening? Because people have trust. People see that these people are working. They are doing that whatever they have promised. So I think their fear is very, very natural and understandable, explainable. I don't blame them for that, and will allow us to keep working with the same enthusiasm. We'll see to it that the things get completely changed.
Nalin Kohli, responding to you.
The politics, we have to change it.
I think Punjab and its governance model is becoming a matter of concern and being in the news for the wrong reasons consistently with the change of government. And it doesn't help if there are news reports or gossips being written about the chief minister, whether he could take a flight from Germany back to India or not. And he was there on a rather important mission, it seems. And now he's away from the state. So governance is needed, certainly as a political party and as a politician. He can certainly contribute to his party's ambitions elsewhere. But in Punjab, when fires are burning, Delhi is choking, murders are happening, then questions will be asked. That why is this chief minister abdicating his responsibility to the constitution? And if the governor writes to him, he calls it politics.
Well, Mr. Farooqui, many Hindu right-wing groups have called for bans and protests in Punjab. Do you think Punjab is on the boil once again?
Yes, it is. And also, after hearing this news, I mean, it is very disturbing. And when holy places, the place of worship has to be always under watch and protection. under security, but how easy? I mean, it was this.
But it was under security.
Unacceptable.
But it was under security. There were 12 cops, and still a broad daylight murder happens. What do you do with that?
Recently, we demand that strict action should be taken, and they should try to find out who were there behind these. What was their intention, and why did they do this? What was the reason to kill Mr. Sudhir, the leader of the Shiv Sena? We want to know what was the intention and what was their plan. So, I mean,
well,
the law should take its
that
action.
only investigations